Quincy calls me up. I've never met him, never talked to him before, only just looked up to him and been inspired by him for my entire, childhood and youth growing up. And my first time talking to him was him telling me, John, you need to check your people.
Someone who is dear to us both, who we just recently lost, Quincy Jones.
Yes.
Like, what do you remember most about connecting with him when you first met him?
When I first met him,
Yeah.
I remember I gave him a demo that he didn't listen to.
Ah!
That was the first time I met him. But I knew he didn't listen because about a couple of years after that, we became very close. And he became my mentor, and then he became my friend. We would talk on the phone after many years of first working.
Yes.
And then we would talk about life stuff, and that's actually where I learned the most from him. I've learned a lot from watching him in the studio when we worked, but when he would talk about his life and things he'd gone through and ways that he learned, ways he got burned, and ways that he, still would have did everything the same way.
Right.
No matter what happened, he was like, just don't stop till you get enough.
Don't stop. That's right. I'm glad you don't stop. Is that the best piece of advice he's ever given you, or is there anything else?
He said to me that your music will never be more or less than you are as a human being.
Ooh.
So work on the human part, because that's what's coming through your music. That's with your voice, your hands, everything. So
I love that.
if you work on that,
The rest will come.
yeah, that's what's coming anyway.
Yes, and Quincy Jones is one of those pioneers as well. How did he inspire you?
Well, Quincy Jones, if you look at his just body of work, it spanned all the genres.
All the genres.
He was making classics with Ray Charles and with Frank Sinatra.
Woo.
And he was making Brazilian music, and then he was making pop music with Michael Jackson. And
but it shows you just how far we could go with legends like that,
He was
right?
making jazz, he was making everything, and he is one of the most influential, I said, human beings of all time.
I agree. God bless his legacy, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Because if you look at everything he did, all the music he touched, but also all the culture he touched, from helping a miniseries like Roots come out, from helping The Color Purple exist,
The power
from
of the
helping
music.
We Are the World come together.
It couldn't have been done without him.
Yes, so many aspects of our culture wouldn't be here without his genius. And so I just felt blessed to know him.
What was that like? And when did you get to first meet him? What do you remember from that?
So my first time meeting him was actually him reprimanding me.
Oh.
Yes.
Tell us what happened.
So I was a brand new artist. This was right after Get Lifted had come out, and Oprah was throwing this big event called the Legends Ball, and she was celebrating all these amazing women that she looked up to, amazing black women that she looked up to and she wanted to celebrate. And it was called the Legends Ball, and I was this brand new artist named John Legend. And so she was like, I might as well invite John Legend to come sing. I had Ordinary People was out, and she wanted me to come sing. But somehow it got to somebody at my agency, and they started playing hardball with Oprah. And got me in trouble, honestly.
With Quincy? Really?
With Quincy and Oprah. So Quincy is good friends with Oprah, and somehow they must have been hanging out together. And she was like, John Legend's people tried to play hardball with me, and I wanted him to come sing at this event. And so Quincy calls me up. I'd never met him, never talked to him before, only just looked up to him and been inspired by him for my entire, childhood and youth growing up. And my first time talking to him was him telling me, John, you need to check your people.
And that was your first encounter with him?
Yes, that was my first encounter with him. And so I bought Oprah some flowers, and we kissed and made up, and I came and sang at the event, and we're all good now.
How did you get discovered?
Well, when I was just a wee lad in North London, I was growing up, and I was experimenting with music a lot of the time. And I started to make some YouTube videos, and often it was me layering my voice with all those low notes up to the high notes to make these kind of harmonies. And these harmonies would be join together, and I would be arranging songs. And that process of arranging the music and creating these layers, I was totally smitten with this as a process. And so I kept on building this, I kept on exploring it. And then one day, I got an email from a man named Quincy Jones.
Oh, wow.
And that was, that was mind-blowing for me.
What was that like? Like, what did he hear of yours that...
He heard, there was a video I did, an arrangement of a song called Don't You Worry About a Thing. You know that tune?
Yes.
Such a good tune. Do you guys know that tune? Oh, it's great. So that song is one of my favorites, and I did an arrangement of that song, and I sang some harmonies, I played some different instruments, and I guess Quincy had heard it, and he was really excited about the chords. And I love chords. You know, there's melody, there's rhythm, but for me, harmony is like my ultimate teenage crush. And I spent a lot of years just figuring out chords and how they fit together. And for me as a kid, I would sit at the piano and just feel my way through these chords. I'm like, whoa, that feels cool, that feels different. How can I move from here to here? And you build bridges, you know, from one world to another world. And gradually, you kind of amass a language that feels like you can be yourself with it.
Yeah, oh, Quincy Jones was a dear friend of yours. And it's a great loss that we just recently lost him. I wanted to know, what did he mean to you?
Oh, I heard the news from my wife, and I'm so sad because he was so sweet, a legend, an incredible musician. And he will be always in my heart.
Let's talk about the legacy of now the late, great Quincy Jones, y'all. Wow. And that's what I mean, like, sitting here with my friend Charles, and to think, like, artists like us would not be here today.
That's right.
Without a Quincy Jones. He was everything to us, you know, being in the industry, and for everybody, we don't know a time without him, am I right? He was here 91 years, you know? And in the industry, and I know you could speak to this too, Charles, like, he was like a father, you know, like to us in this industry. He was a great man. That's what I love, when you get to meet the legends and the icons, and they're beautiful human beings as well. He was a great man, and he was a great teacher and a great supporter, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. He was the best.
The way he supported us, encouraged all of us to do what we do, we wouldn't be here without him. Yep. I mean, he's done so many great things. Now, you remember the time when I got to sing for so many things with him? I sang for, I believe, his 75th birthday celebration. Mm-hmm. I got so many things on him. He did The Wiz, y'all. He did, give him a hand. For those who don't know the contribution that he made to music, he was also a Chicagoan like myself, and he used to call me his Chicago baby, y'all. Look at us right there. Oh my goodness. He also, y'all know he did Thriller with Michael Jackson?
Yep, uh-huh.
For the people who don't know the legacy this man has left, he's a producer, he was a composer, a songwriter. Did I say a beautiful human being? A beautiful human being on top of that. A producer of films. It doesn't end. So when we lose greats like that, I don't take it lightly. And again, to be able to work with them. We also opened up the Ramova Theater in our hometown of Chicago. That was the last thing that we got to do together. It was, wow. When I heard of his passing, I was like, what do you do with that? How do you even begin to take something like that in, you know? Because I feel like he's always been there.
Yeah.
You know, and as I said, like in Chicago, I'm from Chicago, obviously, and Chance the Rapper is as well, and Quincy Jones, and we wanted to see more spaces for music in our hometown. So we were able to re-establish this beautiful venue so we could have more musical artists come to our city of Chicago. So it was such an honor to be able to partner with him to bring that to life in Chicago. What you got, Andy?
No, am I crazy, or you were in a movie with him too, right?
Yes, I got to work with him in every capacity, I want to say. I was in the movie Sandy Wexler with him, where he came in and played himself, which was an amazing honor as well. And then, right?
Yep, yep.
And what's the time that you recall, Charles, that when we got to perform with him?
It was a
For
it,
him.
it was a 75th birthday. I'll never forget. We were in New York City, and we got to play and sing "Fly Me to the Moon."
Wow.
And I'll never forget it because when the concert was over, he called the musicians over and sat us down and told us, "Hey, you guys, keep music going and don't forget about teaching the young guys that come up." And when you get a nod from Quincy Jones, that's all you need.
That's all you need. Oh my goodness, he is going to be greatly missed. One of my times I remember when I got to tribute him and I got to sing Believe from The Wiz in his honor. And then the last time I got to perform for him was for his 90th birthday, I want to say, which was at the Hollywood Bowl. Yeah, and one of his, well, he got so many hits, baby, we can't keep up to even begin. But let's not forget the icons and the legends who gave their entire lives so we could be entertained. And things that we could add to our artistry, our lives, our traditions, our families. That is the Quincy Jones, that is what he has given us. And so let's just remember him on this day, his legacy. But the most beautiful thing is, one thing's for sure, his art and his music will always, always live on through all of us. So y'all, give him some love.